Hey there, welcome back to our series in honor of October, which is American Pharmacist Month. Last week, we began the series with three videos that were designed to help pharmacists and other healthcare professionals really think about who they are and the impact of what they do, and also how exploring other pathways might be a way to add fulfillment and growth, whether professional or personal, that you are not necessarily getting from your traditional pharmacy or healthcare career. Today and this week, I want to continue on this 3-week series by venturing into some answers to questions that pharmacists and healthcare professionals who are new to the idea of health content writing naturally have. Since most pharmacists and healthcare professionals are not very familiar with health content writing, and especially freelance health content writing, a natural question that I get from a lot of people who might be in that position is, what is it that makes a good health content writer? Like, what are the characteristics or the qualities, the habits, the traits that are helpful to someone who is new to freelance health content writing? So that's what we're going to chat about today. For those who have not had the opportunity to connect with me, my name is Megan Freeland. I'm a public health pharmacist turned health content strategist. I've been working in health content marketing since 2016, 2017, and I also run the Health Professionals to Health Writers program, which teaches US-based pharmacists and healthcare professionals how to replace a portion of their primary income through freelance health content writing. I am currently running my 5th cohort of the program and enrolling my 6th cohort of the program, which begins in January and is already halfway full, which I'm really excited about. But because I have been running this program for so long and working with so many healthcare professionals like you through the experience, I have come to recognize several characteristics that kind of separate the students who are most successful from the others. And I'm going to share those 5 characteristics with you today so that you can keep those in mind for your own progress, for your own journey, whatever that might look like. I'm also going to keep it pretty brief because I want these 5 characteristics to stick in your mind. So I think if I keep it short and sweet, you'll be able to remember these and reflect on them later. So number 1 is having a passion for patient education. When I talk about health professionals to health writers, it's in the context of being able to use health content writing as a portion to replace as a way to replace a portion of your primary income. That being said, I think that students who see benefits beyond the financial benefits are set up for the most success. And the reason for that is it takes a lot of hard work to learn a new skill from scratch. Most of the students who come into this program or who begin health content writing don't really have a writing background. So they are learning a new industry from scratch in terms of the marketing industry, and they're learning a new skill from scratch. And that takes a lot of all the other characteristics that we're going to talk about later. Because of that, I don't think money is a strong enough motivating factor. Like, there are other ways that you can go generate some extra income as a healthcare professional. There's lots of other things that you can do that are probably easier or take less time or effort than getting into freelance health content writing. I think the students who are most successful, the students who I enjoy working with the most, are the ones who really see patient education as their ultimate goal. And that passion and interest in patient education and public health is what motivates them and keeps them going. It's what instills in them all of the other characteristics that I'm going to talk about in this list. So first key to success is having a genuine passion for patient education and for public health. The second characteristic that I see the most successful students embody is humility. And I don't mean humility in terms of like making yourself smaller or like being fake humble, or, just tiny and, oh, I'm doing this thing. I mean humility in terms of recognizing that as a healthcare provider, you have a significant portion of the equation that you need to be successful as a health content writer. I kind of think of it in halves. You have the healthcare experience. You don't necessarily have the marketing and the health content writing experience. So being able to recognize that you do have half of the pie, but you're going to have to almost start at the bottom when it comes to generating the other half of the the pie. And so that humility is really important because it means that you are willing to learn and willing to learn a new skill in a new industry that you might not have any prior experience with. So having that humility is really important because without that willingness to learn, you're never going to complete the other half of the pie that is missing. So humility is the second characteristic that most successful newbie freelance health content writers embody. The third is resiliency. So resiliency I put on this list because, sorry, I moved and now I am blurry. Resiliency I put on this list because you're gonna fall down as a health content writer. You're gonna fall down and you're gonna have to get back up. And your ability to get back up is going to determine how far you're able to progress and how quickly you're able to progress. Throughout the 5 phases of the Health Professionals to Health Writers program, some of those phases are going to be more challenging than others because some of them are going to require you to put yourself out there in ways that you might not be used to doing so. And in the process of putting yourself out there, you might make some mistakes. You probably will. That's normal. But the characteristic that is going to help determine your success is when you make those mistakes, are you able to recover and learn from them? When you have those situations that are like not ideal or not necessarily what you wanted, are you going to be able to get back up and try again and try to produce a different outcome? So that resiliency is really important. The fourth is related, and it is commitment. I talk about this with all of the students who come into the program before they come into the program, because I think it's easy to underestimate how much commitment is required when you are learning something new and expecting to see a specific outcome from learning that new thing. Time commitment, being able to commit your effort and your energy to learning a new skill, is something that's really important. I know that a lot of students enjoy being in the program because the accountability that comes from having another group of students who's moving through the same process with you and having a coach, i.e. me, who is kind of guiding you along through the process. That layer of accountability helps shore up the commitment levels, because not only have you made a commitment to yourself, but you've made a commitment to me as the operator of the program and to your fellow cohort mates as a member of their group. And so having that accountability can help promote the commitment, but ultimately that commitment has to be internal. That is something that you have to prioritize and sometimes navigate other life events and priorities along with that, right? Seeing how this journey and this experience is going to fit into all of the other priorities that you have going on in your life. That's like your individual responsibility. There's nothing that is going to replace putting in the time and putting in the work. So you can join all the programs in the world, take all the courses in the world, get all the degrees in the world. But if you don't do what is required on your end to get whatever outcome you're trying to get, then you're not going to reach that outcome. So that commitment is really important. And then the last characteristic, the fifth characteristic that I think is necessary for new freelance health content writers to be successful is perseverance. Again, slightly related to the resiliency and to the commitment, but what I mean specifically by perseverance is continuing to move forward even when things feel challenging or intimidating or anxiety provoking, or you feel uncertain about your ability to do well in XYZ thing. Just like the resiliency, there's going to be times throughout the program, or if you are taking some other health content writer path, there are going to be times when you feel discouraged, or you feel tired, or you feel maybe incapable. Those are all emotions and those are all temporary. But what is required is for you to persevere and to keep moving forward through those emotions and beyond those emotions so that you can reach the goal that you've set for yourself on the other side. And students who really take that perseverance to heart are the most successful, because what they've decided is, I have all of the tools, like with this program, I have all of the tools that I need. I'm getting all the knowledge that I need, all the skills that I need, all the connections that I need. I have all the things. I have to figure out how I'm going to put these together in order to reach my goal. What I have decided is I'm just going to keep going until I figure it out. So if I hit a bump in the road, if I hit a roadblock, if I hit a barrier, okay, that's fine. I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to regroup. I'm going to evaluate, see what I need to do differently. But I'm going to try again because I have already decided that I'm going to be successful. And I know that I have everything that I need to be successful. So it becomes a matter of mindset and willingness to push through than a matter of resources, because you have all the resources that you need. There's no other resource that you could have that you don't need. So being able to keep going even when things feel challenging or intimidating. And I'll also add that perseverance and commitment and resiliency are very important characteristics even beyond the time-based confines of this program. So if this applies to students who are going through the Health Professionals to Health Writers program, but once you have completed that program, all of these characteristics are still important when you're continuing to move forward. If any of my former students happen to be listening, a lot of y'all know this. We've talked about this even after your cohorts have ended, just how important it is to keep going and to keep building and to keep that momentum. That also applies even if you are not doing a specific program or course, but if you're working on your journey yourself, there is no time limit for when these characteristics, like you can put them down or you can like relax a little bit. Of course, there are times in your life when you might be prioritizing your health content writing journey more than other times in your life. That's natural. I've taken time off. I've taken maternity leaves. I've taken huge chunks of time where I didn't take on any clients, or I only took on one client. But after that time period, right, the journey continues. So being able to exercise that resiliency, that commitment, and that perseverance, even beyond whatever you have defined as your learning journey, is really important to success. So if you have any questions about any of those characteristics, please feel free to ask. As you all know, enrollment for the January cohort is now open. The cohort is halfway full, so be sure to comment right if you might be interested in applying, and we can talk about the process, more information about the program, whatnot. And I will see you all Wednesday for the next video in this series celebrating American Pharmacist Month. Have a good day.